Are you fortunate enough to be a family forest landowner? Ever thought of improving your property, both in terms of value and aesthetics? It's a lot of fun to manage your woodland property and see your goals and objectives become reality. Things like silviculture, wildlife, forest health, and all the rest. And recreating there is also a real plus. Here's the story of one landowner's project to build a cabin and a pond in his woods. Any important improvements to your property requires long and careful consideration. Of course, everything takes money, so we'd better do our Paul Bunyan impersonation and cut some logs to pay for the project. You know, I'm really starting to dig this idea. Get down and get your hands dirty. And if big is good, bigger is better, but never big enough if you ask me. Well, heck, why stop now? Look at the snow around the rim. Man, oh man, that is one deep hole. But every pond has to have fish, and a dock to catch them from. And of course, a fire pit to fry the day's catch. Let's think big here, folks. Time for stage 2 of the operations. Let's use that high-grade pine tree that the mill doesn't pay diddly for to make some really impressive beams. Of course, we need a place to put the darn thing. I think we're gaining, but still no place to hang our prize log. And we need to use lots of plywood. We have to keep Dr. Leavenwood happy, I suppose. Good Lord, to move this chunk of wood around, I think we're going to have to call in the reinforcements. Easy does it. Watch out for your toes. A little to the right. Down just a tad. Looks kind of like a battleship, don't you think? All hands on deck. Speaking of decks, what's a cabin without one? And of course, a roof over your head. And doors and windows and steps and a chimney for the wood stove. Did I mention previously that I'm into rocks? Because symmetry is important, you know. And don't forget the woodshed to keep us warm in those cold winter nights. But aren't we forgetting something? Now this I would call a class act. Of course, a cabin isn't a cabin without the vaulted ceiling. And call me a sentimentalist, but you gotta include Rudolph, courtesy of Grandpa Bowers circa 1950s in Alaska. Oh, and the red cedar is old growth out of Canada. In case you're wondering, all of this was done by filing for the appropriate permits with the designated government officials, and all in the graces of the local extension agent. He looks so excited. And there you have it, folks, ready to move in, settle back, and enjoy. So, thank you for your time. I've enjoyed sharing my project with you and hope you enjoyed it too. But now it's time for a little nap. As they say in the movies, that's a wrap.